Uh,
Here's cheers. This shave is for Matt Skinner. Thanks, Matt, for hitting me up. It was much appreciated. Oops, I'll get this out of the way. And unexpected, really. And he just, Matt's a good bloke. He hit me up just to see if I was okay because I hadn't been posting at all lately. And I am okay. I just haven't been posting. I've just been flat out. With my new job, delivering parcels, and I'm a postie as well, so I usually do the parcels first and then do the letters second if they, unless there's too many parcels. But yep, I'm fine. And so Mrs. poured me out bubbles, so this one's for Matt. So I thought what I'll do is I'll use some stuff I haven't used for a while. So this is a soap I bought off a website, a European website, some years ago now. Can't remember the website. I don't think that's for sale anymore. I no doubt have it saved on my favourites list on my computer. It's definitely a soap I haven't used for a long time. That's Finlandia. Apparently it's an artisan soap at the time. Doesn't really say too much on the bag, just sort of ingredients. That's about it. So I thought long and hard about this, what razor I was going to use, and I thought, it's got to be a special razor. And I don't think they come any more special. The Darwin. I can't remember which model of Darwin this is, but just one of the all-time beautiful razors. So I haven't used this for years. So see how we go. Could be a few nicks. Who knows? What's that? We'll just adjust that a little bit better. So you all saw the video of that four-wheel drive there at the start. That wasn't me. Some poor bugger or buggerette. Not really sure what happened there. There was a farmer cruised up and down the beach on his quad, and he came up to me. He asked me if it was my car, and I said no. Just sort of spoke about what might have happened. He theorised that if you saw there was a big rock, it's called the granites. There's a few of them there in the water, and when the tide goes out, they're accessible. And he theorised that maybe they drove up onto the granite and then reversed back down. And I've been to the granite a few times before, and around the base of the granite So there's like a dip. So there's your sand level, but it comes down and then back up. And so we suspect, well, the farmer suspects that they had reversed up, driven up onto the granite and then reversed down, went into the dip, and the four-wheel drive rolled onto its side. That's the theory. And I don't know how long it had been there when we came along and discovered it, but I'd say that was around 5 p.m, and I'd say it'd been there overnight, or the night before. So needless to say, the car's written off. There mightn't be any damage to the body or anything like that, but that's salt water, that's just got through everything. So it was a few weeks ago. No idea if it's still there. I'd say it's out. But would have taken a bit of machinery to get it out, to pull it out anyway. It's not last weekend, the weekend before. Me and the missus zipped over to Melbourne, 6-hour drive from where we live. And saw a fella play, Glenn Hughes. So some of you may know who he is. And for the people who don't, Glenn Hughes is a bass player, singer, amazing rock and roll voice. And he had a small stint in a band called Deep Purple back in, 50 years ago. Around 50 years ago. And they did the album Burn. And so Glenn was celebrating the fact that that album was 50 years old, and he helped write songs on that album and performed on it. And it was a cracking show. Really professional. Glenn's in his early 70s, I think he's about 73. I think he's been sober now for about 30 years from booze and drugs. So he's a pretty healthy fella now. And has to be, and it obviously helps with his voice, keeping his voice in great condition. He's got a few bands, but one of them I really like is Black Country Communion. It's got Jason Bonham, the son of the legendary Led Zeppelin drummer in the band, and Joe Bonamassa, who's just a great blues guitarist. So if you like bluesy rock, sort of hard rock music, definitely check out Black Country Communion if you haven't. So it's always tricky. You don't sort of notice this until you start trying all different types of razors. It's very easy when you're just jumping from one razor to another just to easily nick yourself. You get very used to, like, this is obviously my favourite razor. I have the President, which I almost went with tonight, but I'll save that for another video soon. I went with a Darwin instead. You get used to your razor and the quirks and whatever, and then you jump onto a new razor and bang, cut yourself. I've been just taking it easy with the Darwin, because obviously when the Darwin was made, it was made for a thicker blade. Those old 3-hole blades are considerably thicker compared to the modern razor blade, I should say, that I'm using now. But what I've noticed though is, although it's mild, it is a mild shave, but it has just a little bit more bite than the Gillette Diplomat, for example. And I noticed that when I did my top lip, bit of a cut there, isn't it? And going against the grain. And it was very BBS after I'd done it, where I didn't really need to touch up much. Whereas with the Diplomat, there is a bit of touching up to be done on the top lift after going against the grain. Be interested to see how it is on my neck as well. Because that's always been a problem spot for me, and no doubt for a lot of gents. once again, Matt Skinner, thank you very much. I think Matt highlighted something for all of us, really. If you've got a mate or two that you haven't spoken to in recent days or recent times, give them a call. See how they're going. Maybe they are going a bit, they're in the rough at the moment. Or maybe they're just cruising with life and just really busy. But give them a call and you never know. You might be synchronising your watches for a beer or a clock sometime in the near future. And that's got to be a great thing, catching up with a mate, a couple of drinks, talk some shit and have a good laugh. Squadron Splash. Can't get this anymore. They weren't paired with a soap. But love it. Love the sting. I've really grown to appreciate alcohol splashes. I actually look forward to the sting. Another thing I like doing too is when I wash off, I wash off with warm water first. Now I go to cold water. Just feels nice and refreshing. And then you do the splash. Beautiful stuff. What a magnificent scent. Probably warmer months sort of scent. So we'll just recap what I used. The Finlandia soap. This was a really good soap. Hadn't used it for ages, a long time. And great lather, really good slickness. From memory I was thinking, I think the slickness was quite thin with this stuff. And no, it wasn't. It was really good. And if you're lucky, you can pick these up on the cheap side. But you've got to be really, really lucky, and it doesn't happen often. The last time I seen one go cheap, a bloke called Mikkel picked it up. He lives in Denmark. One came up in Adelaide Facebook Marketplace. In the case, with the tortoiseshell blade bank, $250 Australian. He could have flipped it there and then on the spot. I went and got it from him. My missus did, and then gave it to me, and then I posted it to him because the seller wasn't prepared to post. And he could have flipped that and made, depending on the buyer, he could have made $1,500 profit. Definitely would have made $1,200 profit. Easy. But they're not cheap. There's a couple come up in the marketplace recently and they are damaged, but they apparently can be repaired if you go find a jeweler that has, I think it's laser welding or something like that. And that if they're good at their craft, they can repair these, you don't even know it. But just a beautiful razor. Glad I've got one. I wish I had one in the case and everything, but it's just too expensive, and I'm just happy with what I've got. Okay, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this video back. I've got a few on my computer that I need to upload, plus some unboxings, and I've got some cracker unboxings that are on their way to me, and one of them is going to be magnificent. And I can't say too much, but there's a collector that's an international collector that's selling up. And I've been lucky, I've been invited to have a browse and pick a few things out. No doubt somewhere down the track I can tell you who that is. Anyway, I've got to go. Enjoy your evening or wherever you are, your day, and we'll catch up with you soon. Okay, ciao for now.